One of the real problems that sometimes happens when you're a kid is that when somebody you know has cancer, you have a lot of stuff you're thinking about in your head, and you don't quite know when it's okay to talk about it or who you can talk to about it.
If you start worrying about things but not talking to anybody, I know what you're going to do. You'll make stuff up. You'll make up what you think the answer is, and you're very creative and you're very smart, and you're going to do a good job of it, except almost all of the time what you make up is going to be worse than the truth. So I'd really encourage you, when you have stuff in your head that you're worried about, find someone you can talk to get real answers and real information, because that will be less scary than what's in your head.
You might already know of some questions you'd like to ask about cancer. Let's see if they're like the questions some other kids have asked. Can I catch cancer?
There is no way you can catch cancer. You can kiss your mom on the mouth if she has cancer. You can take a drink after your mom or dad if they have cancer. You can hug them and squeeze them if they have cancer. There's no way you can catch it.
I already knew what cancer was, so I already knew the fact that you could not catch cancer from anybody. It was just something that came.
Cancer comes because some cell in the body started growing more than it was supposed to and not doing what it was supposed to. And you're not going to catch that the way you catch a cold or the flu or strep throat. It doesn't work that way.
Did I cause this cancer? Since cancer can appear anywhere in the body, like the lung, brain, breast, skin, and lots of other places, you might be wondering where your mom or dad has cancer. If you don't know, I bet they'd be glad to tell you if you would ask them. You also might be wondering, how did my mom or dad get cancer in the first place?
One of the things that some kids will worry about is, did they do something to cause this? Is it their fault somehow? Kids get blamed for a lot of things, but let me tell you, there's no way you can actually cause cancer, okay? No kid caused their parents cancer. There's nothing you did to make this happen. Nothing is your fault. Cancer is just something bad that happens.
We don't know what causes cancer. Doctors and scientists work every day to try and figure out what causes it.
Even though we don't know exactly what causes cancer to start in the cells, it's important that we do things to take care of ourselves, like eating healthy foods, wearing sunscreen when we go outside, and staying away from those yucky cigarettes. Is it okay for me to have fun?
If your mom or dad has cancer, you might feel bad or guilty if you want to go outside and play and still have fun. And you might be wondering, is it okay for me to still have fun? And it is definitely okay for you to still have fun. You are a kid, and your mom or dad wants you to still be a kid, and they still want you to be happy. So even though your mom or dad may not feel like playing with you on a certain day because they don't feel well, it's definitely okay for you to still laugh and have fun and play games.
Are there still things I can do with my mom and dad if they have cancer?
If your mom or dad is getting chemotherapy, there are some things that you can still do with them, even if they're feeling very tired and sleepy, even if they don't feel like doing the things that they would normally do with you. You can read a book with them, you can take a nap with them, you can color or watch movies with them, you can read a book to them. There are lots of things that you can still do with your mom or dad, even though they may feel different and not feel well.
Since my mom or dad has cancer, does that mean they're going to die from it?
A lot of times, some kids may have a very scary question in their head when they hear their mom or dad has cancer, and that question is, can they die from cancer? Some people do die from cancer. Some kids may know of a grandma or a grandpa or a dog or another relative who died from cancer. Just because someone else you know may have died from cancer doesn't mean that that's going to happen to your mom or dad.
We don't yet know how to cure everybody, but treatments are getting better all the time. Doctors and scientists are finding new ways to treat cancer. And when you grow up, cancer may not be as scary as it is now. Maybe you will contribute to the treatment or cure for cancer when you're an adult.
What can I do to help myself with all the feelings I have inside?
Sometimes when you're a kid and your mom or dad has cancer, it can be very overwhelming and you can feel lots of different feelings at one time. Some kids may wonder, is it okay for me to cry if I'm sad because my mom or dad has cancer? And it's definitely okay for you to cry. Crying is a very, very good way for you to let out your feelings and get them out of your body so that they don't turn into a headache or a stomach ache or make you even more sad. If you're scared to ask your mom or dad a question of something that you're wondering about cancer, there are other people that you can ask. You can ask your teachers at school or your counselors at school. Maybe you have a grandparent or another aunt or uncle or relative that you feel comfortable talking to. And I bet that your mom or dad would love if you would ask them your questions because they want to be able to give you the right answers.
So now you can see that you're not alone if you have a mom or dad who has cancer. Talk to your mom or dad if you have any questions about their cancer. Or talk to another adult you trust. Remember, if you get real answers to the questions you have, it will be a lot less scary than you've imagined. You'll be a lot happier and able to spend better time with the parent that you love.